Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive 717. Happy Saturday night. I hope you guys are chilling out, doing your thing. I wanted to pop on real quick and share a sensual reading with you guys. I have some divine masculine messages and I was playing around with them earlier, even before I did the reading, and this card kept popping up. Okay, and so I wanted to share a reading around this because it's a message that wants to come through from a divine masculine that wants you to know that the reason they can be so sensual in conversation, when you guys are communicating a lot, they are crazy about you, divine feminine. They love everything about you, from the way you look, your mannerisms, your personality. Many of you have like a bit of like an attitude, or at least this is the way your masculine perceives it, or you don't like people speaking to you in any type of which way, or you expect people to have respect. It's not that you are, or it's not that you have an attitude, it's just, they think that you have a mouth on you type of thing, okay? And they find it very attractive, all right? The conversation between you two can get heated very, very quickly. It's almost like it doesn't take long for things to take that sharp left or right turn right into flirting and sensual messages exchanged between you two, oftentimes expressing your feelings, or it may get really intimate about your fantasies with one another, what you desire, things that you want to do to one another. Okay, and I feel like what your masculines want you to know is that if you have any doubt in your mind that this is all that they want, I feel like they don't want you to think that for a second. It's so much more for them. It's the reason that they come off so strongly in this area is because it's their love language in a sense, okay? And this is not going to be everybody's reading. You really do have to feel it and know that that's genuinely happening in your connection, and that your masculine is able to show you in a variety of different ways how it is they feel. It's just, this connection that often gets very heated seems to be very apparent, or the sensuality seems to be a big theme in your connection, especially with your masculine, okay? I feel like that's how they show that they love you. And many masculines as well, I feel like they haven't had the chance to be physical with you yet, divine feminine. And if that's the case for many of you, yeah, I feel like there is a separation between some of you, and it drives them insane. You guys might be at a distance. Maybe you've never had the opportunity to even hold each other's hand, but it's something that they've been thinking about it a lot, or at least the time apart. It's been on their mind lately, okay? A lot of you may be seeing 717, which is oftentimes like a physical manifestation of you two coming together. The connection itself could be filled with a lot of passion. What do they long for when they're not with you? Okay, so let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. I feel like when they're not with you, it feels lonely. They may find themselves wanting to connect with more like-minded people, people that remind them of you as well, divine feminine. It's like almost like I get that they long for you so much that it's a pleasant surprise when they run into people who are interested in the same types of things that you are, or they might see things that it reminds them of you. I feel like that's part of, it could be their guides or even your guides as well, divine feminine, because you are one soul, helping you both find your way back to each other, or guiding you back to each other. Okay, can we clarify this a little bit more? No, I'm not guided to take those. What do the masculines, really want with the divine feminine? Why is the separation bothering them? Okay, so maybe one thing that's keeping you two apart is that someone in the connection needs to release an ex. Okay, because it's clear that you two have a lot of passion for one another, and it often comes up the most when you guys are away from each other. Because I feel like this connection, somehow it's meant to be, because there might be like I feel like these friends are your spirit guides or your ancestors, or those higher souls that knew about this connection between you two and this journey, way before you did, and they're constantly guiding you both. So with let your friends help you, it lets me know that this is someone that you can trust. Even though they may come on very intimately, it genuinely is their love language. And I think that if you both were physically together, it would be the same thing. You may find that they have a very high libido, or their mind's just on the pepperoni a lot. It is just the way that they express themselves, okay? And how you'll know this as well is that oftentimes they will put a lot of focus or emphasis on you. When it comes to showing you how much they love you, they want to make you feel good. They want to make you feel pleasured. Oftentimes their desires and wants will take a back seat, because for them, well, I shouldn't say take a back seat, because, for them, their desires and their, fantasies has a lot to do with your reactions, okay, during, like, let's say lovemaking, for example. Like when they're pleasing you, your reactions or the way that you express how good it makes you feel, for them, like, that is what gets them going, or that is what makes them feel like, oh my goodness, like that gets me off, type of thing. Okay, so let's find out just how they see this divine feminine, or just what's coming up for you both at this time. What's the energy like when it comes to you, divine feminine? Are you feeling them telepathically? How do you feel about a lot of this sensuality that they display towards you? How do you perceive it all? How do you feel for your masculine? So we have the awareness card coming through. So you definitely know who they are, and I think that you can feel it. This card it's coming up a lot, and I feel like it's because the divine feminines are in their power, okay? But I feel like with this card, the awareness card, it's maybe asking you to have a deeper awareness, because many of you may be in your power so much to the point where there's a block when it comes to you letting your masculine love you. And this includes letting them love you in their own way, which could be very triggering for you, right? But, you deserve pleasure and you deserve love, is what I'm hearing with this card as well. And, the way he's kind of in the background there recording her, this is definitely a divine masculine that they want to take you on a journey. Like they're your match in the sense where they have a high libido, but they secretly know you do as well. Divine feminine, okay? And I feel like, yeah, you see how her shoe's kind of slipping off here? It's like they want you to let loose with them. They want you to get comfortable with them. And something tells me too, like they want to watch you, like they they may even want to have one-on-one time with you, like be with you alone and observe every inch of you, just stare into your eyes. Like these types of things will let you know that it really isn't just about one thing for them. They really do find a lot of satisfaction in connecting. Like I'm sensing like a water sign as well, someone who shows their emotions a lot through intimacy, okay? How else do they see you? What else do they want you to know? How else are they thinking about you? Okay, so we have empathy. Okay, and I think that's beautiful because if you're having issues trusting that whether or not this is their love language, I feel like the empathy card is saying, you can trust this person and you can have empathy with them, because it isn't all about her passionately biting into this fruit here and him secretly watching her and lusting after her. It's not. I see patience in this card. And it's almost like they're waiting for you to be ready, maybe to fully let them in, waiting for you to gain all the awareness that you need to. Okay. Part of it again might be, releasing the past, releasing an ex-person who's getting in the way of all of this. This is a divine feminine that may not want to be intimate with a divine masculine who has any type of third party situation. This is a divine masculine who, they may not understand, like how you could resist or why you even want to resist, because there is a deep connection here. But I feel like, you're willing to be patient here in this card. Maybe you want them to have empathy as well, because you are also a certain type of way. It's like you want to experience intimacy with them, but you want to experience it in the right way. This is a divine feminine too, that I don't feel that you're wanting to share your divine masculine with anyone as well. And it's like, he's there waiting for you. This card indicates that he's there waiting for you. And the card with her biting into this fruit, it tells me that she knows that there's this temptation, there's this desire, but she'll maintain this distance and she'll be patient to wait on this expression from the divine masculine, under the right circumstances. Because he might feel like this is the only way that he's able to express and show her how much he loves her. But if there's any obstacles in the way of it genuinely happening, she's not going to give herself to him, is what I feel. That might be causing a little bit of frustration on his end. Many of you might be getting like a sad feeling in the mornings too when you're waking up. It's your divine masculines missing you. They long to be with you and they want to touch you, and but the energy is the same in the last few readings. It's not going to happen until a lot of the masculines walk that path and they learn to be decisive and they learn to, make decisions. And, like I said, 3 people can't be in a relationship, and many masculines too have to fully come to understand that, and even maybe respect that about the divine feminines as well. Okay. Let's get into a little bit of a more intimate message here. When they are fantasizing or thinking about you, what can we gain from that, divine feminine? How do they perceive intimacy with you? Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles here coming through, and it's beautiful. The 3 candles, I feel like it does symbolize everything coming together in the right way. And the divine feminine is willing to be patient for it. I think through this reading, it's like, and the High Priestess came up in this afternoon's reading. It's like, exactly that this is your masculine's energy. But I feel like you also want to enjoy it to the fullest as well. And you're not going to feel good enjoying it if there's this energy still lingering around. I feel like you're not going to be able to fully give yourself to your divine masculine if there's a third energy around. And this is a divine feminine that says, what I have to give. It puts us both into this state of bliss and relaxation and healing. I think that sensuality between the twin flames, that in itself is very healing. And I think that many of you have experienced blocks or delays, or very painful moments if you've had intimacy and there's been third party situations involved at the same time. Because you create that bond, that intimacy. The minute you start becoming physically intimate with someone, it's not just the act of it. There's a lot of emotions that goes into that. You start energetically mixing with this person. And I feel like many of the divine feminines, you have that metaphysical understanding of what happens when you become intimate with someone. And so many of you have put up this block, and a lot of your masculines are taking a lot of time to really truly understand, why it is you would hold back, or why it is you wouldn't want to seal the deal, so to speak. Just connect to see what this intimacy is all about. But many of you know exactly what happens, when 2 people, come together in that way. You become emotional. You become even more tied to them. You feel them a lot more. Breaking away from them becomes harder. The attachment itself gets deeper. So if many of you you have that awareness, And I feel that many of you do, because we do have the awareness card here coming through. You know, there's a lot of this passion waiting to happen, but it's not going to happen unless the right circumstances are aligned. And I feel like many of you know that at this point. And you do have empathy with your masculines. You know, you're letting them know that I want this too. You know, I really do. And don't think that for a second, you know, that I don't want it. It's just, you see the way she like completely tucked her head under. She's so cute. I feel like, you know, many of you are willing to be patient. You know, you completely understand how things can quickly move to the next level, and how crazy the energy can be, you know, if you as so much as touch your masculine's lips. You know, if you two so much as come near each other and breathe into each other's mouths, you know, the bond, you know, immediately is going to intensify. And that also comes along with a lot more difficult lessons to learn. And so, you know, make sure that you guys are ready for that, okay? Because a lot of twins on the journey can speak from experience. I'm sure you guys can share in the comment section what it's like to be physically intimate with your twin. And I'm sure that many of you who have experienced separation after that can attest to, you know, just how difficult the life lessons become after that. All right, guys. Well, anyways, that's what I have for you for tonight. You guys take it easy. I'm sorry I wasn't able to express myself fully in this reading by being a little bit more raw with my words. It's just, again, having to be a little bit more careful on YouTube these days. If you guys do want, you know, the more, hi Cheeky, the more raw readings, you can definitely join me over on Patreon. And yeah, I'll probably be getting into some of those, so that way we can really get the nitty gritty of what the masculines are truly feeling on the inside. All right, guys. But anyways, enjoy your Saturday night. Me and this cheeky love bug will catch you guys in tomorrow's reading, okay? All right, guys. Take it easy, okay? Bye. You saying bye too? Bye.